back to the second segment of episode 115 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
And we have a great second segment talking about solar.
Yes, we do. So we have two really longtime friends coming on with us today that are going to help us learn about drinking from the sun and going solar. Today, I am really happy to that we have Jennifer Williams and Nicole Womack with us. We have them both via Zoom. And so, ladies, how are you?
Hello. Good. How are you?
Great. So,
drinking from the sun.
Yeah.
You did really good with that, Jeff. I have to say.
Yeah, I like that.
Well done.
Yeah.
So we have actually known each other for, I'm going to say, has it been 8 years, 7 or 8 years?
It's been at least 8, if not longer.
Yeah. So Jennifer and her husband owned the gym that Weston and I worked out at. Mm-hmm. And Nicole was one of the trainers that you feared was a teacher in the class that you went to. So I think there were some times when I pulled up in the parking lot and I saw your car and I just went ahead and left. So
Yep.
That's actually a compliment.
It is, very much so.
Thank you.
Very much so. So, but y'all are have a company called Proclaim Solar now, and tell us about your company. Why did you do this, and what do you do?
Sure. So my brother Tyler Milton actually owns the company. So it was just an opportunity that was too good to pass up. We started out in roofing, so we are a roofing company as well. We've been in business for about 10 years, and we just jumped into the solar game here about, at the end of 2020. So it's been really fun, and it's just such a great opportunity to get to offer, customers another opportunity to buy their electricity in a way that actually benefits them and increases, puts money back in their pocket and actually, turns into an asset versus just throwing it into the trash can.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I do like the fact that I didn't know that your company was a roofing company beforehand. I think that's really important because so many times I get very nervous when thinking about someone getting up on a roof, a client or whomever, and they're actually drilling through and attaching. And I'm always like, do they know what they're doing? Are we best people doing this? I don't know. So it really is refreshing to know that your background is in something of that nature and not just someone who happened to have assets and have some investors behind them and just said, we're going to do this.
Oh, yeah. And we have such experience, taking care of that part of the home that we're able to do everything in-house. So we do all the installations with our own crews. So we're able to really stand behind our work. And that means a lot to us. We're happy to be able to offer that and not have to outsource any of our work.
So so my little brother and his wife are selling their home here. They're moving to Idaho. They've installed some solar system up there, and they're in a very rural area, and they are trying to get off the grid. So how, if that is someone's goal in this, can they do that with y'all?
It's tough to get, and Nicole, you can intervene at any time.
Yeah, no, I'll let you take that one.
So in order to use solar and to actually take advantage of the program, which is called net metering, you actually do always have to be connected to the grid. So your power actually comes from your solar panels, but there are going to be days where your panels don't produce enough electricity for you, and that's where the net metering program actually comes into play. So you're actually able to use electricity from months, basically your bank account that you didn't use maybe the month before. So it's kind of a rollover system where the energy is always working for you. To be off the grid, you would have to have a lot of batteries.
Right.
For that to happen. And it's really not cost effective. So there are ways to kind of have a backup system in case the grid does go down. So that's possible. But really, when you go solar, you're still connected to the grid. You're just not pulling electricity from the grid.
Okay.
So we actually have clients that are in the process of buying a home that has solar panels on it. So when the solar panels are up and working, will they still receive a bill from the electric provider?
Nicole, you want to
It kind of depends. So we build customized systems at Proclaim. So we're trying to get a 100% offset so that you are having a $0 or close to $0 energy bill.
Nice.
But then there are some cases where maybe it's only an 80% offset. so you have a small energy bill.
If you produce more than what you use, does the utility company purchase that from you?
It actually shows up as a credit on your bill.
Okay.
So let's say you produced, 1,000 kilowatts that you didn't use, you might see $200 to $300 credit on your bill that month. And then, like I kind of mentioned earlier, let's say in June, July, August, when you're, need that thermostat down to 65, those credits are going to come in handy and actually cover any of the excess energy that you do need to pull from the grid. So it just shows up as a credit. It's not going to be cash in the mail.
So are solar panels difficult to maintain once they're installed? I'm thinking like my car, I have to change my oil every, 7 to 10,000 miles. Is there similar maintenance required on solar panels?
No, solar panels are really durable. They're made of tempered glass.
Okay.
So there's really no maintenance required. And you really don't really need to clean them very often either.
Okay, good. Well, that's good to know.
I was reading through your website and it was talking about, what kind of condition does my roof need to be in and that type of thing. So are you able to do this on all type of roofing?
Well, part of our program, we'll have to come out and do a site inspection. So that will include a very intense roof inspection, just to make sure that the roof is in good enough shape for us to install. So we can install on any type of roofing system, metal, any kind of anything we can install. So it's a very easy install. It's brackets that you kind of drill in to any type of shingle. So it's super simple.
So go ahead.
We're probably going to ask the same question. So what happens if somebody installs these and then 5 years from now needs to sell their house? How does that work?
Sure. Nicole, do you want to?
Sure. Yeah, it's actually a super easy process. I think the two main options that people choose, or really the only two main options, are the loan is easily transferable. So you can just transfer it to the new homeowner at the time of closing, or you can just include it in your sales price and then pay off your loan at the time of closing with the solar.
How does
the solar loan? Yeah.
How does the maintenance on them work? Do you all include maintenance for X number of years, or how does that part of the program work?
Sure. So it's 25-year workmanship warranty and a 25-year production guarantee. So all of that is transferable on the panels. So if you were to move, then that would still, travel with the panels and to the new owner. So yeah, if anything stops working or the production isn't doing kind of what we told you it would do, then we'll address that. And it's also easily trackable. There's a website that you can see in live time exactly how much each panel is producing. So you'll always know exactly what's going on, and we'll know as well. So we can get out there and fix it if, something isn't working correctly.
That's great.
So one last question I just want to ask. So if someone is interested in having this installed onto their house and they have you guys come out and look at this, what is the install to going live timetable? Is it like you need 6 months because of what's happening with COVID, or are you live in 15 days?
Nicole, want me to take it, or you want to take it?
I'll let you take that because I know that there's some variable time frames and you know a little bit more about that.
Sure. So it depends on actually what city you live in.
Okay.
Because the permitting process can take different time depending on where you are. I would say a good rule of thumb is anywhere from like 20 to 60 days.
Okay.
So it all just depends on how quickly we can get out, do the site survey, which is very quick, but it's more the permitting process and getting the approval by the city to actually get the system installed.
And that will probably get better over time because there a lot of municipalities are just dealing with that time frame because of the amount of building that's going on, and COVID's affecting people's ability to work from the office. And
I see it all the time.
Yeah, so that actually that 20 to 60 days is much less than I thought it was going to be.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you. Is there anything is there anything that we didn't touch on that you think that buyers should, or possible buyers of solar panels should know about the product?
I would say definitely, the big incentive right now is what our company can offer is no money down, no upfront cost, no upfront investment for people to go solar. So it's a big opportunity for people who might not have been able to go solar now to be able to go solar. And it's just a great, again, opportunity to put your money somewhere else that actually starts working for you versus just throwing it away. So we're excited for people to have that, low entry to be able to look in and see if their house does qualify and to really start profiting day one.
That's great. Well, this has all been great information. So I'm really thankful that both of you had the time to come on and talk to us today and kind of share information about this, because this is a market that we see a lot of interest in, and I'm beginning to see more and more homes that have solar panels on them. So, certainly, we're going to start sending our customers to you for evaluation for this, because I think it's a wave of the future we need to jump on the front end of.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I believe that we have their contact information here. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested, please reach out to either Jennifer or Nicole. They'll be able to take great care of you, and their information is here. I believe also in the comments, we'll also be providing a link so that you can connect directly to them. But a great resource for homeowners that want to make the most of both clean energy, but also save money as well.
Absolutely.
Good deal.
So thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, you're very welcome. So we appreciate everybody spending your lunchtime with us today. And just if there's anything that we can help you with, please reach out.
And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.